North of the 55th parallel, there exists a unique, magnificent, and ancient territory called Nunavik. Inuit, the inhabitants of this territory, have lived there for roughly 4,000 years. Today, the creation of national parks in Nunavik ensures the protection of areas representative of the natural regions of Quebec, while providing the public with access to those areas for educational or recreation purposes. In 2004, Nunavik's first national park was created, Parc National Tipingwaluit. All of the footage for this video was gathered in the northern village of Gangsuyuak, the gateway to Parc National Tipingwaluit. Although landscape and infrastructure differ from one park to another, the preparation guidelines as well as safety procedures and concepts presented on this video hold true for all Nunavik parks. The success and quality of any expedition depend to a great extent on visitor preparation. Sabina lives in Gangsuyuak, one of Nunavik's 14 villages. A few years ago, a national park was created near her village. Her brother Lucasy, in fact, now works as a park warden. Today, Sabina knows that visitors will be arriving in her village and they will undertake an expedition to the park. Lucasy will be their guide. Look, that must be their plane now. Sabina now worries about these visitors being safe on the land. A visit to her grandfather's might give her more information. Attasi is Sabina's grandfather. He's one of the village elders. As a good hunter, he knows the value of caution, patience, and deep respect for the environment. He has taught Sabina that it is possible to survive on the land if you're well prepared and take seriously the risks associated with such an unpredictable environment. Today, though, Sabina wonders about the newly arrived visitors. Do they know what it takes to be safe in a park? Attasi offers to remind Sabina what it means to be prepared and provide his advice for a successful expedition. To travel in Nunavik, visitors must be well prepared. The charm and attraction of this northern region are its beautiful landscapes and the warm hospitality of the Inuit. Despite these things, the territory's isolation involves unique risks. Careful and systematic planning is therefore very important and must begin several months in advance. First, gather as much information as possible on the natural environment, local culture, park services, and infrastructure and nearby communities. Consult websites and park staff. Things to think about are activities and risks related to a northern environment, ideal season for chosen activities, applicable national park conservation laws and practices, maps of the area, transportation and accommodations. Also, ask yourself if you are really ready for an expedition of this level. Honestly assess your physical, technical, and psychological capacities. If necessary, ask an experienced traveler to do the assessment for you. If you are not sure about your experience, consider the possibility of hiring a guide. In fact, it's a great way to discover Inuit culture. Next, you'll need to register, which includes providing the following information: certain personal contact information, emergency contacts, your medical history and specific health problems, your itinerary and planning, a list of your planned safety equipment. Also, a description of your level of preparedness, experience, insurance, training. Finally, think about how you might react in different emergency situations. If you have to be evacuated, if your equipment breaks or is seriously damaged, if you fall behind on your itinerary, if one of the members of your group goes missing. All these preparations must be completed before you arrive in Nunavik. In Nunavik, AirNet links the region's villages. On your arrival in the Gateway community, park staff will be pleased to pick you up at the airport, which is generally only a couple of kilometers away from the Visitor Reception and Interpretation Center. Nunavik villages possess most of the same basic services found in southern Quebec: a nursing station, a school, police and firefighting services, as well as emergency response teams. Each village also has a general store, a postal outlet, and a hotel. Restaurants, however, are less common. Instead, hotels are equipped with small kitchens where guests can cook their meals. You should also note that not all villages have automatic teller machines. In Nunavik, sunlight varies greatly depending on the season and your location. In addition to the fatigue that comes with air travel, visitors might also have to deal with other forms of sleep deprivation. Short summer nights are sometimes not even dark. Before setting off for the park, visitors are encouraged to review their itinerary a final time during a pre-departure session with park staff. A park warden will be able to inform you of any last-minute changes and safety rules, in addition to answering your final questions. At certain reception and interpretation centers, visitors may discover the natural and cultural elements associated with the park by exploring the permanent exhibit. Don't miss the opportunity. Sabina knows that park staff have created a series of measures to help with expedition planning. Nonetheless, she still wonders if visitors really understand what to expect once they're on the land. Nunavik can hold some not-so-welcome surprises. Atasi recalls one time when the wind was so powerful it blew his tent over. Or a morning when his brother woke to find his equipment buried under not less than 5 feet of snow that had piled up in less than 10 hours. Planes and helicopters are used to access certain parks. Look into this for the park you intend to visit. You should be aware that available infrastructure varies from park to park. At Parc National de Pingualuit, there are full-service camps and basic shelters. Each full-service camp has a communication system. Visitors are encouraged to contact park staff on a regular basis to report on their progress and any changes in their itinerary. Some parks, though, have no infrastructure. Camping is the only option. An unforgettable experience awaits visitors to Nunavik. Magnificent landscapes, magical moments, and fascinating stories. But keep in mind that the region also presents certain specifically northern risks. This means that you must be prepared for sudden changes in weather, such as blizzards, fog, and cold temperatures that can lead to hypothermia. Fording. Rapid changes in river flow and levels. Violent winds. crossing rock slide or avalanche zones, travel without trail markers, trekking through rock fields, swarms of mosquitoes, encounters with wild animals. Stay a safe distance from wild animals and never feed them. Ask park staff about appropriate responses for polar bears and black bears. Remember, your safety is ultimately your responsibility. Nunavik parks are located in isolated areas. In the event of an accident, several days can elapse before rescue arrives. At all times, and especially during emergency situations, an Inuit attitude is recommended: caution, patience, and flexibility. At the end of their expeditions, park visitors must confirm their safe return. They are encouraged to return to the Reception and Interpretation Center to discuss their experience with park staff, provide feedback, and share their wildlife observations. Park staff want to hear about all these things. Northern weather is unpredictable and can change rapidly from one area to the next. Natural phenomena such as fog, violent winds, and snow may catch you unaware. Under such circumstances, airlines may postpone flights for a few hours and, sometimes, for a few days. It's not unusual for park visitors to remain grounded a day or two more in a community.
Do we know when it's going to leave?
It might be a couple hours, if not tomorrow.
Oh. Okay, well, we're going to go back to the hotel and call back to know if it's leaving today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, nakomik.
Bye.
Sabina realizes now that all kinds of actions have been taken to permit visitors to have a safe and enjoyable park experience. She is also very proud that her brother Lucasy is an active part of this process. She truly looks forward now to receiving well-prepared visitors in her village. Sabina's grandfather is also confident about the future. He knows that Inuit traditional knowledge is being put to good use by park staff to help visitors prepare for their expeditions. Your security in Nunavik is your own responsibility. Adequate preparation will keep you safe. Remember that park staff reserve the right to refuse access to the park if they judge that you are not sufficiently prepared. Finally, once you are on the land, adopt a preventative and patient attitude. Be ready to adapt your trip to circumstances. Nunavik Park staff is available to help you prepare for your expedition. Have a safe and pleasant trip. Nunavik Inuit have thousands of years of experience living in the north. They avoid unnecessary risks that could jeopardize their safety or that of their family. Only nature is able to dictate their travel plans.